Hello and welcome to the presentation. My name is Lina Wyss. I'm a paper conservator at the Kunstmuseum Basel, and I'm happy to present here our input to this year's IADA Symposium with the title Museum Routine: Adapting Tools and Equipment at the Kunstmuseum Basel. Kunstmuseum Basel and its three venues is one of the largest art museums in Switzerland and houses the oldest public art collection in the world. In addition to taking care of its own collection, several quite labor-intensive exhibitions are held each year. As conservators, we accompany the preparations for the exhibitions from the very beginning and are intensively involved in preparing the works on display. The sheer number of exhibition objects, including loans, and the frequency with which they have to be handled requires not only careful planning, but also a smooth workflow on our part. In addition, the last years have brought up certain changes in the workflow due to the pandemic, for example, the virtual courier care. In order to fulfill these high requirements, we have adapted and developed certain tools and equipment over time, which I would very like to share with you. Digital condition reports using a tablet. In the preparation phase of an exhibition, condition reports are generated on the computer in advance and saved as a PDF file in folders on the server. With a tablet, we have access to this folder and can edit the condition reports with a digital pen during installation or deinstallation. After the condition reports are edited, they are uploaded on the digital asset management. Lenders or institutions are able to download their condition report with a link that will be sent to them. Or condition reports are sent by mail or WeTransfer to the lender. Editing condition reports with a tablet requires some tricks which we've developed over time. The color selection for the different damage terms can be defined in advance. This defined specifications allows consistent and easier editing. The assignment of the colors must be saved in advance on the tablet and can look, for example, as in the image on the left. Colors that have already been drawn in can also be retrieved using the pipette tool. During editing, a printed legend with the defined colors, see image on the right, enables even faster assignment. With time, you will know the colors for the most common terms anyway by heart. The PDF program on the tablet offers a tool which works like a stamp. Dates, signatures, or repetitive phrases can be saved in advance, left picture, and easily picked and pasted, right picture, with a few clicks during editing. Photos can be added into the condition report by either getting them from the photo gallery on the tablet or directly by using the camera. Photos can be edited in order to fit into the document as wished. Any empty pages can be added to the existing document. It is also possible to add a photo as a whole page. Only disadvantage: there is no more consecutive numbering of the document. Are there any existing condition reports on paper from a lender? A scanning app, like for example Genius Scan, enables to import and edit them digitally on the tablet. The program allows also to combine or divide different documents. If there is a physical paper condition report, but the actual editing is done only digitally on the tablet, a stamp with the note on the paper condition report, see annotation in the digital condition report PDF, makes clear that the condition report was created digitally on the tablet. Editing digital condition reports requires some conditions. It is obvious to have a tablet with a digital pen. A PDF reader as well as a scanning app must be available on the tablet. If the condition reports are saved on the server, the tablet must have uninterrupted access to Wi-Fi as well as to the server. Furthermore, it is advisable to define the folder structure and file naming on the server in advance. This also allows control of the already completed condition reports by updating the date in the file name. The biggest advantage of editing condition reports digitally is that everything is digital and there is no need for paper printouts. Dispatch and transfer of the condition reports can also be done digitally. In the best case, lenders can download them directly from the digital asset management. Working with the tablet and editing condition reports digitally needs time to get used to it. But once you're familiar with this way of working, condition reports can be made efficiently and I would say even more detailed, especially if you use those special tools I told you about before. Mobile tripod for virtual courier care. The corona pandemic has a clear impact on the work in the museum. For example, courier business has changed in a way that they less travel in person, but instead take care of the artworks virtually. This new way of working requires adjustments and optimizations in the workflow during installation. The already tight installation schedule must not be impaired by the time-consuming virtual courier sessions. It is therefore important that the technical part of the virtual sessions remains as simple as possible and can be handled ideally by only one person, for example, the conservator. For this purpose, one of our art handlers developed a mobile tripod into which the tablet can be clipped in and moved effortlessly by wheels on the tripod. It has already proven its worth in several exhibitions and installations. 3 wheels with stoppers are attached to the supporting construction of the mobile tripod. The legs of the tripod are placed in the 3 indentation of the substructure so that the tripod can easily be used separately from the mobile substructure. However, to prevent the substructure and the tripod from falling apart when in use, the tripod is screwed to the substructure with a wire rope. In order for the tablet to stay connected to the power supply without any interruptions, its charging cable, running along the wire rope, is connected to a power bank in a box on the substructure. The tripod head can be moved on 3 axes and is equipped with a stable angle onto which the clamp for the tablet is mounted. The tablet or mobile phone can be quickly and easily attached and removed from this clamp. The biggest advantage is that once the call has been accepted and settings are made, the virtual courier can follow their object in a digitally pleasant way without any interruptions. The conservator can examine the artwork and edit the condition report without actually having to hold the tablet in order to film, or without an additional person having to operate the tablet. In view of the still ongoing pandemic and the increasing number of digitally guided courier appointments in the future, the mobile tripod is an extremely handy application that we would not want to do without. Fabric covers as light protection. We developed the fabric covers, which we also call nightgowns, especially for light-sensitive artworks on paper in order to cover them during closing times and thus not exposed to additional light. Fabric covers can be used for framed artworks as well as for whole showcases. We also use fabric covers for in-house exhibitions that last longer than the usual 3 months. The same procedure applies to loans. If the paper artworks are very fragile, we send a fabric cover with them with the condition agreed in the loan contract that it be used during closing times. The fabric covers are sewn on the overlock machine from special blackout fabric to fit the frame size. The corners are sewn around in such a way that they correspond to the thickness. According to our standard frame formats, we now have an inventory of covers that can be used for these frames. In practice, the fabric covers in the galleries are removed by our museum guards in the morning and covered again in the evening. The guards are especially instructed before, and the relevant information is saved in the exhibition manual. For easier handling, the nightgowns are labeled with the artwork number, the room number where the work hangs, and a photo of it. To label the fabric covers, we print this information on self-adhesive labels. If there are a lot of fabric covers in an exhibition, a room plan in which the artworks to be covered are drawn in makes it even more comfortable for the guards. We provide the labeled fabric covers and the room plan in a basket, which can be stored in a back room during opening hours. The fabric covers for sensitive artworks on paper are a simple tool of minimizing unnecessary exposure to light. With these measures, in case of doubt, even works that are normally not approved can be exhibited or lent. It is recommended to ask the borrower beforehand whether this service, the covering and removal of the fabric covers, can be taken over. Of course, the administration, orderly storage, washing, etc. has to be taken care of. Also, the fabric covers cannot always be used. If there are too many or if the artwork hangs too high, it is no longer acceptable for the museum guards. Storage rack. Conservators always tend to have too little storage space, and considering the very large number of objects in projects and exhibitions, additional storage space is definitely needed. We've therefore developed a rack together with Belo Restaurierungsgeräte GmbH, which offers space for 17 trays and is designed for the standard size of our frames. This rack from Belo is traditionally supplied with drying trays and serves as a drying rack. We have adapted the Belo rack for our storage needs by replacing the drying trays with trays out of corrugated honeycomb board. Corrugated board can be cut to size, is extremely light and very stable, and is rather cheap compared to traditional drying trays. The adapted Belo rack is rather expensive due to the customized design. However, the rack has proven itself to be very helpful during installation and in the daily business. The need for another rack is absolutely given. Financially, however, it is not possible to realize another such customized rack. We therefore decided on another rack from the catering trade, which we've also provided with removable trays out of corrugated honeycomb board. Although the size is no longer adapted to our standard format, the quality of the rack and its usefulness are still given, and above all, it is much more cost-effective. Our lovingly named baker's rack is equipped with wheels and offers space for 24 removable trays. The construction is relatively space-saving in its size and can be stored when not in use. The storage rack is especially suitable for small unframed showcase objects during installation. These can be temporarily stored in this way during preparation or after unpacking and doing the condition report. Of course, the construction can also be used in daily business. If a large volume of objects is being processed in the atelier, the objects can be stored in this way to save space. The trays can also be labeled for a better overview. Digital condition reports using tablets, a mobile tripod for virtual courier care, fabric covers as light protection and storage rack. These are only some adapted tools and devices that are incredibly helpful in our daily work at the museum. They lead, especially in their simplicity and practicability, to an efficient and successful workflow during installation and deinstallation. We are happy to share our ideas and tools, and we hope that we can inspire or even motivate you to create and develop your own useful items and tools. Thank you very much for your attention. I will now shortly show datasheets of tools and materials I told you before. Feel free to screenshot them or send an email. I'm happy to provide any information.